Last night had some very mixed results for Republicans up and down the ballot in Pennsylvania. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video, and today it is time to talk about the 2024 presidential election because everyone, last night was the Pennsylvania primary and there were some very mixed results up and down the ballot for the Republican Party, and even the Democrats had some very questionable results. But I do want to talk about, was this a good night? Was this a bad night? What were the positives? What were the negatives? All of that. But first, before I continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support is greatly appreciated, and yeah. Now, before we even talk about the presidential race, I do want to talk about the races that did occur up and down the ballot. And starting with the Attorney General race, I honestly don't know enough about the race to make an official prediction, but it seems like Republicans were united behind Dave Sunday from the get-go. He got over 70% of the vote, and he won nearly every single county except Delaware. This was the one county he did lose, but he did win even a place like Montgomery, Chester, Bucks, even Philly. But of course, he did best in the western half of the state. And I want to touch upon this real quick because there are some people that don't know why, at least in Pennsylvania, there are always some very bizarre regional results, at least at the primary. For those that don't know, Pennsylvania is one of the only states, at least on the primary level that I could think of, that they tell you on the ballot where someone lives. For example, if you live in Allegheny County, at least at the statewide level, they tell you on the ballot he lives in Allegheny. If you live in Delaware, they tell you he lives in Delaware. That's why you always, no matter what primary it is, get some very bizarre results. Like, look at the Attorney General race for the Democrat side. You can tell there was a very clear regional divide. And just look at a place like Philly. Keir Bradford Gray, I believe she's the public defender, at least she was a public defender in Philly. You know, you have a place like Delaware that voted for Jack Stolzheimer by 60 points when statewide he got 20. There is a very clear divide based on region in Pennsylvania. That's why you always get some very bizarre results like this. I mean, every primary map with more than like 2 candidates, especially, you get like 50 different candidates winning a county. It's usually hilarious. But I kind of wanted to give context for why that happens, because some people I don't think understand why that occurs. There's always that meme that Pennsylvania, at least the primary level, have some bizarre results, and, well, at least on the Attorney General race, yeah, there definitely was some. Now, at the House level, you did have a couple competitive primaries, or competitive-ish. Now, the main competitive district is obviously District 7. Ryan McKenzie is the nominee. From everything I've heard about him, he seems alright. Now, do I think he could beat Susan Wild? I don't think so. I mean, there's a possibility, I guess, but Ryan McKenzie seems like a decent enough recruit, but some people are claiming he's kind of trash in some issues like abortion. I don't know if that's true, but it seems like he's good enough, but does that mean he's going to win? I don't think so. Now, there were actually some primaries with incumbents involved, and the most notable ones were District 12 and District 1. District 12, you had Summer Lee, who won by 20, but that's not a surprise. Everyone thought that she was going to win, but she did have a serious primary challenger. But on the Republican side, this is where some of the problems begin. District 1. Ryan Fitzpatrick, who is the incumbent, won by only 22. Yeah, only 22. I understand that this is a closed primary, so that means these voters are going to be more conservative. I understand that. But for an incumbent that did not have a serious primary challenger with much backing, the fact that he only got 61% is pretty pathetic. In the election day vote, I mean, early vote, yeah, Brian Fitzpatrick was winning by like 60. But when the election day votes started to pour in, it was bad for Fitzpatrick. Like, we're not talking about, oh, he only did like 5 points worse than early voting. No. He probably lost the election day vote or came very close to losing it. It was very bad. And I say this is a problem for the Republican Party because Brian Fitzpatrick is in a fairly Biden-friendly district. Biden won by like 6 or 7 points. Now, I think Fitzpatrick is fine just because he's an actual moderate. But if he goes down, that could be a big problem for Republicans. I understand that he's not the most conservative, but you have to understand this is a Biden plus 7 district in the suburbs of Philly. So you're going to get someone like Fitzpatrick or a partisan Democrat. I would much rather have Fitzpatrick, who's an actual moderate. He's open about it, but he's not cringe about it like certain Republicans like Mitt Romney. Either way, Brian Fitzpatrick might have a base problem. Now, this is without Trump getting involved. If Trump endorsed the opponent, Mark Hoke, Fitzpatrick possibly could have went down. If Fitzpatrick loses this November, Republicans have a big problem in winning back the House. Yes, he's not the best, but if he goes down, that's a critical seat that Democrats usually don't win because of him. And if they win this seat, their pathway to the House is much easier. Now, as for other races that occurred last night, there really wasn't anything that, happened that was a big upset. Like, for example, the Senate race, it was uncompetitive. McCormick was the nominee 5 months ago. No one ran against him. I think there was one that got kicked off the ballot, but either way, everyone knew that McCormick was going to be the nominee. Same thing with Bob Casey. That was obvious. But you did technically have one upset. The treasurer race. Bizarro was the Democrat pick. Every Democrat in the statewide party supported him. And I think like most congressional Democrats and like state legislative Democrats were behind him. Ryan Bizarro was supposed to be the nominee for the Democrats, and he lost. He lost by 8. Now, this is a race that I think Republicans are going to win anyways, because Garrity is a strong candidate. She's the incumbent. She seems to be well-liked in Pennsylvania. So it's whoever's the nominee, I don't think really matters. But it's still kind of funny to see the Democrat establishment, their pick goes down in flames. Does that mean anything? I don't really know. But either way, those are some of the results that did occur down the ballot. Nothing, huge occurred. Again, you had one upset and that was about it. But it's time to talk about what everyone wants me to discuss, the presidential primary. There is so many narratives being spread that this is the end of Trump and that, Biden surged in the state, it's over for Trump. I am getting sick and tired of these same talking points from these same people. They say this crap every single year. Every time they say the same garbage that, this is the end of Orange Man because he only got 83%. To show you how insane this narrative is, back in 2020, the Pennsylvania Democratic primary, which, mind you, it occurred 5 weeks later than this primary, right? That's a big deal. Joe Biden, despite being uncontested, because Sanders withdrew, same with Tulsi Gabbard, Joe Biden not only did not crack 80%, he lost like 35 delegates to Bernie Sanders, who wasn't even running. And as for, Biden's result of 93%, these results don't even account for write-ins, which we got right here. On the Republican side, Trump got around 82.5% of the vote, when you include write-in votes. That's still higher than what Biden got in 2020. Yes, some of these vote totals will be off, but point is, even with these other results that, Wiki's behind on, you're still going to get very similar percentages. On the Democrat side, this 93% is closer to 88%. Back in 2020, Trump got 92% of the vote. 92%. Biden got 88. But not only that, look at the turnout. on the Democratic primary in 2024, they got 1 million votes, all right? Back in 2020, Democrats in total got 1.5 million. Pennsylvania in 2020 for the Republican side, 1.1 million. Right now, it's going to be close to 1 million. This is a little bit behind. This is like 100,000 votes behind, but either way. So Democrats dropped by almost 500,000, while Republicans dropped by like maybe 100,000 votes. Granted, this is not good turnout, but even then, this vote advantage that Democrats got, the only reason they have it is because in Pennsylvania, I made a whole video on this yesterday, they still have a voter registration advantage. It's a small one now, but they still do. So even then, these results were pathetic for the Democrat side. Turnout was bad on both sides, I agree. But compared to 2020, just based on the percent of vote that Biden got compared to Trump back then, he did significantly worse. And vice versa, Trump did better than Biden got in 2020. Now, does this predict anything? I don't think so. There were some problems for Trump, I agree. Some of the numbers he got out of a place like Delaware, Chester, Montgomery, yeah, there might be some cause for concerns here. Especially with the fact that Nikki Haley dropped out, what, a month ago? Almost 2 months ago at this point? I understand that she put a lot of money into Pennsylvania, and I think mail-in voting started right when she dropped out. But it's not good because 16% of Republicans, and I know this is a close primary, it's lower turnout, I understand that, they voted for Haley. That's still a little bit concerning, just a little bit. But compared to just 2020 with what Biden got, this isn't this huge concern that people are making it sound like it is. It's not the end of the world. Biden did worse in 2020. He won Pennsylvania. But right now, in last night's primary, Biden did worse than Trump compared to 2020, and Trump did better than Biden in 2020 in the same primaries. That's a fact. Percentage-wise, that's true. Even turnout. Democrats had 500,000 less votes compared to Republicans' 100,000. That's a big deal. And people are just denying that and saying, well, it's the end of Trump because he only got 83%. Was it over for Biden when he got less than 80? No. In fact, he won Pennsylvania at the end of the day. But either way, this is a close primary. It's low turnout. Turnout sucked on both sides. But we just gotta see what happens. But anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.